So if you're like me and you're running a laptop or a computer that only has USB-C ports, you have to look right away into USB-C docks and hubs. Now, I already made a video on my favorite USB-C dock that I use currently from a company called UtechSmart. That video's on the channel. You can totally watch that on another time if you need a dock. But UtechSmart actually reached out and they sent me one of their hubs to check out and make a video on. Now, before I continue, yes, they sent me the hub. Does not mean that they, wrote a script for me. These are all my own opinions, and you'll see why in a little bit. So, this monstrous USB-C hub is the UtechSmart 11-port hub that they did send to me, and is it something that you should be looking into? Maybe. It's for very specific people, and I will get into why that is. So the UtechSmart right now, from what I can count, has 11 ports. You have 2 USB 3.0 ports, 2 2.0s, a micro SD and full SD card slot, 2 HDMIs, a USB-C, an Ethernet port, and a VGA port. The monitor ports are very important because UtechSmart is marketing this thing as a kind of like a hub / dock because it can run up to 3 monitors off of it. We have a quick problem for this video though, and that's this. I have an M1 MacBook Air, which trying to get more than 1 monitor to work is kind of actually hard. Now, I did get both HDMI ports to work, but I wasn't able to test the VGA, mostly because I don't have a VGA monitor anymore. Like, it's kind of a weird port to have on a device still, because who really still has VGA monitors? Like, that is very, very weird to me. I mean, really, it's such a large part of the hub too. It's like, this could be another HDMI port. It could even be a display port. It's very odd that it's a VGA. I mean, I guess someone out there needs this. I just don't know who they are. All right, so let's be real for a second. This is a USB-C hub. There's not much to talk about other than, does it work? And yes, every port I tried and it worked, except for the VGA ports. Again, I don't have a VGA monitor, but I tried everything else. Even very hesitantly, I tried the Ethernet port because the last time I used a USB-C hub and a Ethernet port, it blew up my MacBook Air. And if you want to know more about that, there's a video about that whole process too. Thankfully, that is patched in the M1 Max, so I had a little more faith, but not a lot. Still, for the sake of the video, I did try it and it worked. So I was able to use the Ethernet port as well as, USB 3 ports, and I even used an HDMI port at that point, and of course the charger as well, and it was working perfectly fine. Now, I have to admit that this hub is giant. It is way bigger than any other hub that I've used, and I think that's kind of a con to it. The hub that I've used before is a very simple, 5-port hub. It's very small, and I like that. It's easier to put in the bag and go with. This one is about 3 times bigger than that one. It does have a lot of ports that really a USB-C dock would have. This is becoming a portable dock, and I think a lot of people might need that. I know a lot of people that work off of laptops that are very portable with their setup, and they might need something like this. While I'm not that person, honestly, this is kind of a dock replacement. It is something that you could put in your bag and take off and then use, 6, 7 ports at a time to get your work done, and then come home to your home office, plug it in to your monitor setup with your wired Ethernet and everything, and have a full dock, but it's portable. And this kind of brings in one of the bigger cons that I have, and that is the price. At $80, it is a little expensive for a hub. But if you look at it as a portable dock, it's actually really cheap. For me, and I'm just gonna be honest about me, this is not a product that I would normally buy. When I'm working out of my apartment, I don't really need that much. So a smaller hub, there's a couple ports that maybe cost 20, 30 bucks, is kind of in my range. I think for the amount of ports you're getting, it's an okay size, and for the price point, it's good for the type of work that you're probably doing. Could it be better? Yes. I wish all the ports USB 3 and not just 2 of them. We should get rid of the VGA port, but overall, for what it is, it's pretty good. Again, 80 bucks, a little high, but if you're using it as a portable dock, it's not too bad. But that is it on the UtechSmart USB-C hub. It's a fun device. There's links in the description to it, as well as to videos on their dock that I use if you wanted to look into something like that. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in whatever video comes up next. Probably what's on my desk right now, which is the iPhone 13. So that'll probably be the next video that you see. So, yeah.